Bont Cycling shoes. You probably never heard of the name Bont Cycling shoes if you are relatively new to the culture or to the cycling world, okay? But I've heard of Bont Cycling shoes, and when I was contacted by Bont, Alex dropped an email to me and say, "Hey Melvin, do you want to try a pair of Bont Cycling shoes?" I go, "Hell yeah! Bont Cycling shoes, way!" So Bont Cycling shoes is like a premium brand of shoes that is well known in the cycling world for being super stiff and good fitting to your feet. And they hooked me up with Bike Artisan Jeff and said that, hey, let's hook up Melvin with a pair of Bont Cycling shoes and let's see what he thinks. Bont Cycling shoes are known to be premium quality product, and Bike Artisan sells it. They carry it, and I can tell you I'm really super excited about it, mainly because I've never tried, not only I've never tried a pair of Bont Cycling shoes, but I've never tried a moldable cycling shoe, which I am very excited, because what it does is they're gonna heat the shoe, make it soft and nice, and they're gonna try to hug it. And you know I'm a big fan of hugs. I love hugging my family and all, and if a pair of shoes hugs my feet well, hugs my heel well, and improves on the comfort and the power transfer, oh yeah, I'm all in. So you know, in terms of cycling shoes experience, in the past 6 years of my cycling, I've gone through a fair bit of cycling shoes. I've tested Specialized cycling shoe. I bought a 500 ringgit cycling shoe, 400 ringgit cycling shoe from Specialized. It was a good entry level shoe lah, not carbon fibers, plastic and carbon reinforced or whatever, I don't know, but it's plastic. And then after that, my second pair of cycling shoe was Physique R1B, not the most comfortable one because of the narrow fit. And my third pair was a Lake 301, absolutely love it, super stiff. And then my third pair, which is fourth pair, fourth pair, which is now, is the Physique R1 knit. I also had a Rafa Classic, which was horrible. I can't even do an indoor trainer with that shoe for like just after 10 seconds, got hot spot everywhere. The Rafa Classic is horrible for me, and I sold it straight away. And I can tell you, once you put on a pair of carbon shoes, you won't go back. I tell you, it's just a hell lot of difference. The power transfer, especially when you up saddle or when you are trying to pump a lot of energy into the pedal to sprint or whatever, it just feels so right. It just feels like you are one with the bike. Of course, you'll feel the vibration of the road a bit more, but that's a good thing, isn't it? You want to feel the road, you want to feel cycling. The comfort will be there, so don't worry about being overly stiff shoes. I'd rather have an overly stiff shoe than have a flexi shoes and not feel the power transfer and not feel the pedal as I pump in the power. Not that I have a lot. I think the highest wattage I ever pump on was like almost 800 to 900 watts. I'm definitely not strong, but being a heavier rider, I do appreciate a stiff shoe, especially when I'm trying to climb up like Bukit Hantu or Perez or any climbs. It's definitely nicer to have a stiff pair of shoes. So I'm gonna go to Bike Artisan now to try it. I'm super excited, can't wait. So I am gonna bring you the journey of me getting a molded pair of pretty cool shoes, Bont Cycling. And rightfully so, it started to rain. Under such an inconvenience, started to rain. I'm at Bike Artisan now, and I'm gonna go in. Check it out, all the Bont shoes. Perfectly honest with you, I really don't know what models they have in Bont, so I'm just gonna go check it out and see what they have. So I'm gonna be really raw with you, okay? I know there are a few Bont shoes. I already did some research online. They have this Helix, which is single dial that's supposed to wrap around your feet with just one dial, which is pretty impressive. Of course, they have the Vapor. Where's the Vapor? Vapor S, which is double dial. So I have to give credit to Bont, which is their shoes aren't designed similar to other cycling shoes, right? I think one of the benefits is it being wire-wide, but if I really look at it, my goodness, the carbon sole is a thing of beauty, isn't it? Check it out. It's really pretty the way they do their carbon soles. So to what I've known, what I've read about the Bont shoes, right? They do their shoes a bit differently. They've been around since the 1980s. They are not a new company or startup company, okay? Bont has been around for a long time. They've been doing professional skating shoes based in Australia, Sydney. And what I know now, the way they design their shoe is it's a monocoque style design where, unlike traditional cycling shoes, right, they have the base and the top. And it's actually two things that stick together with glue. But how Bont created it, if you look at it, it's just, the way they design it is actually a single piece shoe. Where the carbon, if you look at it, look, the carbon comes up to here. So that is a lot of carbon, making the shoe definitely a single piece design rather than, you know, a traditional way of making shoes. So that is pretty impressive. That is pretty cool. Now Bike Artisan is very busy, so I'm just gonna sit back and just wait until they have time for me. Okay, since we have a bit of time right now before I do try a pair of shoes, let's just go through the pricing of Bont shoes, right? Let me see if they have any price tag. So, the Bont, this is the Bont Helix. Yep, the Bont Helix retails at about 1680, 1,680 ringgit. Vapor S, okay. Vapor S retails at about 1,500 ringgit. Ooh, this looks aero, 0 plus. So this retails at 1,790. Pretty cool. So Bont shoes, cycling shoes are definitely on the premium side. But it is an investment because, honestly speaking, bicycle shoes that I've tested, they normally last well over 4 or 5 years. Right? So it's an investment like your bike. You're gonna use it for long term. Okay. Yeah, so apparently the staff, one is sick and one came late. So Jeff is super busy right now because there's so many customers in the shop. So they just gave me a pair of shoes and let me try. This is the Bont Helix, which is something very interesting because Bont is probably could be one of the first shoes that actually did the boa dial that connects and wraps the entire feet. This is something that is pretty interesting. And this is a reflective finishing, so if you can look at it, because of the light from the camera, it is reflective. Pretty cool. But I really love the way the carbon sole is done. It's so pretty. So I'm gonna give it a try. If it fits, they're gonna help me fit it and see how it goes. And look at it, it's written there. I don't know if you can see it. Wide. So this shoe is going to be wide, and let's see how it fits. Oh, it is tight. Oh, after tightening it, let me show you. After tightening it, I can definitely feel it hugging me. I tell you, the boa dial is amazing. It really, this single piece boa dial definitely hugs the leg. Like no other shoes have ever hugged my leg this way. Oh my goodness. Maybe I should get a size bigger. I don't know.
Is it too tight? Give you a 0.5?
Try a 0.5 oh?
Maybe we'll try a 0.5?
Yeah, 0.5.
If this is too tight.
Yeah, it's just barely there.
Oh, it's just barely here.
Yeah, so 0.5
We need a 0.5 bigger lah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll try and get the 0.5 for you and try,
Awesome, bro. Feel that this Bont at 42 is just a bit tight. The current shoe I'm wearing now, Physic, is 42. But the Bont one, I think I need a 42.5. It does feel a bit tight. But I can tell you, initial impression, that it really does hug you. So, some of the shoes that I've tested the Physic R1B, and that was like 4 years ago. I definitely feel that it's a lot of hot spot. I think personally for me, the worst shoe I've tested was a Rafa Classic. I can't even do a 5 minutes trainer on a Rafa Classic. So if you have wide feet, probably doesn't suit you, right? I'm not saying Rafa Classic is a terrible shoe. I'm just saying that it doesn't fit for me. But I definitely need a wide shoe, and it's good that Bont focuses on really wide shoe, having a big toe space, which, because you know, when you pedal, your feet here will expand when you're pressing down. So definitely they do create a bigger, wider place. Oh look, thank you. I'm gonna try a 42.5. Thank you so much. 42.5. Much better. 42.5 definitely fits a bit better. Not as tight. Oh yeah, definitely fits much better. And I can definitely feel this shoe being super stiff. Currently the stiffest shoe I have is a Physic R1 knit, but this one is stiff. Oh my goodness, it's totally different feel. This is like being hugged by Hulk Hogan way. It's so stiff. It's totally different. It's crazy different.
Alright. This one looks better because with the toe being at the area. Earlier your toe was a little bit more in front, you know, because feet expand, so naturally sometimes they want to put you 0.5, a little bit bigger than what you normally fit, because your feet will expand a little bit.
The hole is big. So big, yeah. So
perforation.
Based on the review, I heard
the
cooling is amazing for this shoe.
Correct. The breathability.
Yeah, this is good. This is so different from other shoes I've tested. Other shoes hug you, but this one gives you love, man. Your hug is so strong. Security. So right now, the first impression I have putting on this pair of shoes, right? I can feel that the left and right play and everything. This is crazy. You have to come and try this. It's really like trying to be part of your leg. Is definitely not comfortable initial impression, but what I'm saying is it hugs your feet so confidently compared to any other shoes I've tested. You must always remember one thing, you know, cycling is not about being comfortable, like having a lush sofa on your saddle or having like bouncy runny shoes on your feet, right? You need to have a really solid support to make sure that you are one with the bike, so that way when you cycle for hours on and hours end, you know, you don't cut off all the blood pressure point, right? I think it's important when you try cycling shoe is not to have any hot spots. Right now, even though this shoe is super hard and super stiff, I don't feel any hot spots. It just cradles you. Okay, so I was told that we don't need to bake the shoe now. They would want me to actually try cycling for at least about 70 km. But normally I do 100 km, so let's see how it goes. So after trying it out, then I have to bring the shoe back here, then to give them the feedback, then they will bake it and try to mold it accordingly to what is required lah. Just let the drama to it. Oh look, Bike Artisans. So remember, if you all want to come and check out the Bont shoes, just drop by Bike Artisans. They have a huge array of Bont shoes for you to try. Not only that, they have a lot of stuff for you to try. Everything is here. And if you're a cyclist, you'll know the Muslim cyclist. Siapa tak kenal? Siapa tak kenal? Yeah, and of course you have all the, you know, in cycling world, you have magicians, right? These are all the magicians. No matter how many times I watch YouTube, I can never do what they do. I try. Oh,
Okay. Faizal from Nilai.
oh, Faizal from Nilai. So this is the first time he's trying a Bont shoe as well.
First time I tried the Bont shoes.
Yeah, it's going to be very exciting for him. New shoe day, new shoe day. I want to introduce to you a very important person, Bike Artisan Lim.
Hi.
You're the senior mechanic, right? The head mechanic, right?
Yes.
So he's the chief wizard of Bike Artisan. So I want to ask, so I'm getting the Bont shoes.
Okay, yes.
So I don't need to bake it first time, right? I just have to ride it. So,
Yeah, no need. Just have to, as long if you get the correct size, the fitting nice, you no need to mow it. Unless you have a like extra bunion, the oversized bunion, then probably you have to mow it. Otherwise, you just wear it until you get used to it, then it's okay already.
Oh, so I just have to ride it. Then if anything, then following week or
yes.
whatever, bring back and test lah.
Yes.
Okay, let's see if I survive this weekend's 100 km ride. Or should I bake it here, or should I bring back to Bike Artisan to bake?
Yeah, you can bring back to us to customize for you. Because we have some customer that do themselves. Actually, they spoil the shoe rather than really bake the shoe. Yeah.
They didn't bake, they roast.
They break the whole shoe.
They roast the shoe.
For the dinner.
Okay, so now Lim's going to explain to me what makes Bont shoes so awesome, way.
I've been using it for like almost 7-8 years already. The new pair that I will going to get is still Bont. Because once you use to Bont, you never go back to other shoe. Yeah, because they have the widest in the market and then one of the stiffest and comfort at the same time. If you get it correctly fitted well.
So how do I know if the Bont shoes fit me?
Okay, most of the shoe in our market, right, is a bit more narrow, very nice, conventional design. But Bont, you can see, is a bit more wider.
Yes.
Then the size can fit most of our Asian feet because most of our Asian feet are wide, especially our bone, right? You can see like some of us got the bunion.
Yeah.
The bunion size is much more like oval. It's like too big, you know, like
a protruding bone.
Yeah. Yes. So like this one can cause the pain. Yeah. If you buy the shoe wrongly. That's why the fitting is more important rather than the price, the attractive price and the sales. Like normally new shoe, right? From normal shoe, then you move to Bont, it might take about 200 to 300 km to get used to the shoe. So it might feel a bit stiff at the first maybe 100k, but after you ride for another few more rides, then you get better and better. The Bont shoe is actually something like the boat design. So our feet actually just sit on it. With more comfort.
So I'm very excited to try this shoe this weekend. Thank you, Lim.
Yeah, okay, alright.
See ya.
See ya. Yeah.
So, video done. Shoe collected. Open my umbrella. Cover myself in umbrella. I got my Bont shoes right here. Oh, there's a lot of people here. Again, thank you to Bont. Thank you to Alex Malone, who is the global marketing for Bont Cycling. Thank you to him, and for hooking me up with Jeff. Of course, thank you, Jeff, for your amazing hospitality, and thank you to your team, especially to Lim, who actually helped me in explaining to me about the Bont shoes, right, in Bike Artisan. Really excited. So see you guys this weekend, and take care, you guys. God bless.